For the ravioli, I need 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup of semolina flour, and the semolina flour in Italian is semola di grano duro. And then I will add a teaspoon of salt. I will mix all the dry ingredients together now, and the semolina flour will give to the dough a very nice silkiness. Of course, if you cannot find it, using just all-purpose flour, it will work just fine. After the dry ingredients are mixed, I am going to add 2 yolks plus a whole egg. Here I'm starting to create the dough in a bowl because for me it's much easier to work with, but then I'm gonna dump everything on a working surface and I'm gonna start actually working with my hands. I will place the ingredients on a workable surface and I will start working by hand. I will combine the flour to the eggs, and you will notice that while you try to combine everything together, it's gonna feel a little bit dry. So I'm gonna help myself with a little bit of water. And here I am using about a 1/4 cup of water. Probably I'm not gonna use it all because I am just trying to reach the right consistency. So I am adding it just a little bit at a time. What you want at the end, it's a dough that it has a density, but it's still workable and it's not too soft. Now all the ingredients are nice and mixed together. So I am kneading the dough and I'm gonna knead it for a solid 5 minutes to get all the ingredients nice, well and combined. As you can see, I am pushing and folding, pushing and folding. Now I'm making a ball and I'm gonna flatten it out so the dough will chill evenly. And a good way to know if your dough is actually has the right consistency, it doesn't stick to your hands, and when you lightly press it, it springs back, it slowly springs back. Now the dough is gonna go in the fridge for 30 minutes, covered in plastic wrap. The dough rested for 30 minutes, so now it's ready to be cut in 4 equal parts, and I will keep the parts that I am not using covered so they are not going to dry out. Now I am flattening and warming up a little bit the dough. I'm giving almost like a rectangular shape, and I will sprinkle with a little bit of flour so it's not gonna stick to the pasta machine. Now it's time to roll the dough, and here I'm using an attachment, so each machine is different. The final result that you want, it's about a 2 millimeter thickness for your dough to create the ravioli. So I am starting with the largest setting that they have, and then I basically scale down until I reach the 2 millimeters of thickness. And you will notice that your pasta will start to stretch and become longer and longer. And that's a good sign because it will start to thin up. As you can see, the dough became very, very long. So now I am going to cut it and then I'm going to start to shape the ravioli. The thickness that I reach, it's about 2 millimeters. It's very, very thin, as you can see. Now I'm gonna fill the ravioli and I'm gonna leave a little space between one filling and the other one. Then I am going to add some water to the dough, so when I actually close it, when I fold it, everything will stick together and they're not gonna open during the cooking time. Make sure to do it even in between the fillings. And now you fold it and you try to remove all the air around the filling. And then you can start to give it the typical ravioli shape. So you cut the size, you cut even the bottom, and then you cut right in the middle. And as you can see, they are nice and thin. Another way to make ravioli is to put one sheet on top of the other one. The steps are the same. The only difference is that instead of folding the dough on itself and folding it, you basically just put one sheet on top of the other one. Now I'm going to help myself with some water to seal the ravioli. I will spread some water between each raviolo and then even the sides. Then I will lay the other sheet of dough on top of it, and I will press all around the fillings to let all their air out. After I am done pressing all over the filling and even on the sides, I will just cut them as a typical ravioli shape. We're gonna bring to a boil 4 cups of water with half a tablespoon of coarse salt, and we're gonna dip our ravioli inside. Our ravioli gonna cook in about 4 minutes, so it's a very fast type of cooking. After 4 minutes have passed, it's time to take the ravioli out, and here I'm using a perforated spoon. I'm not dumping it all in once for the simple reason that I need the water for the next ravioli that I'm gonna cook. But here now they are just ready to be seasoned. And here are my ravioli. Here I decided to season them with some garlic, basil, tomato sauce, and then sprinkle some fresh parmesan on top. But was just a very basic recipe. But the world of the ravioli, it's endless. You can choose whatever sauce and whatever filling you like. I hope this video was helpful. Thank you so much for watching.